Hello there, fragrance lovers. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an awesome day. Yes, we are talking about Bruno Acampora's Young Heart. So this is an award winner. Does it being an award winner make you curious to want to try it? Should you be curious to try it? Let's hear it for Young Hearts. Right, Young Hearts. Let's start with the presentation for this fragrance. So the fragrance comes in a box and it's a solid box and like so. And obviously this sleeve comes off. I'm just gonna quickly go through this quickly, I said. So that's your box and it's like that, and it as well comes with a book. So Acampora Perfume, and this book is written in Italian and English, so you have choices what language you can use, because Acampora is an Italian brand, if you didn't know, and it's got a list of all the fragrances obviously which were released by the time this was produced. So there's a lot like it's all in there, and does give you notes, etc. So just something like that, for example. So yes, and obviously it's got, as you can see, like I said, Italian part and English part. So that's the book that comes with that. And the fragrance itself comes in this tin sitting in the middle, like so. So do you know what? I said this when I unboxed the fragrance. It's like those tins in the old days, you still do, you'd get like those tin sweets, and my dad used to buy them. So it's like that tin, like so, and obviously it's got the company logo and the name, etc. So, and it's a aluminium tin, and the fragrance sits in the middle there. Yes, I did take out the fragrance already because I didn't want to have to struggle maybe taking it out and stuff like that. So anyway, let me just put this aside. With presentation out of the way, let's move on to the bottle itself. So let's put that there. Right, and the fragrance bottle itself is a gloss black. It only has Young Hearts in green and Acampora on the side, so comes like so, and it's literally black throughout, nothing else, and the cap is magnetic, and obviously with a bit of silver finish there, and that's the fragrance. Now let's spray it just to kind of refresh the nose. I've written down my notes, everything I wanted to cover for this review. Oh my gosh, this fragrance, I'm telling you, and some of you watching would have seen my unboxing when I did the live unboxing of this fragrance, and I did say, oh my gosh, it smells like a forest. It's green, piney. It's, if you love those fragrances, like fresh fragrances, fresh, a bit of spice, piney, you know, those who love maybe old kind of style fragrances. If you when it comes to green fragrances, fresh fragrances in my collection, this tops the list. And I mean, like, it's the probably the greeniest. No, I've got another green fragrance actually from Miguel as well. I'll be talking about that in a separate review, but this fragrance, gorgeous green fragrance. It's so fresh, pine, that's what you get, like richly. And there's saffron as well. There is saffron, and I'll be honest with you, the saffron in this fragrance does stay throughout the way of the fragrance. At least to my nose, the saffron is there till the end of the fragrance, like richly. And this fragrance does perform, does project. Yes, you've got moderate projection and it performs. And yes, let's get into the notes. The listed notes in this fragrance, at the top you do have pine, there's galbanum, there's bergamot, birch leaf and saffron. In the mid notes we do get balsam fir, and yes, balsam fir, jasmine and rose. So it's a lovely and lovely and almost kind of peculiar composition that we do get a floral heart and then to the top, and it gives that vibe of almost like mossy green. Imagine walking into a forest, walking in the forest, and there's all these green pine trees, and you are on the floor and you can see all these moss on the trees and just growing, all the vegetation around. That's what I get. This is where the fragrance takes me. I feel like I've been to those Scandinavian forests when I'm watching movies, and you're in the forest, or like I can imagine like being somewhere maybe in Russia, those, you know, mysterious forests. Yes, that's what I get, and I love it. I absolutely love this, in case you didn't tell. Anyway, at the base we have oak moss, patchouli, we do get some musk and amber, and it's a lovely composition. So like I said in the opening, this fragrance, it does open up with a lovely greenness. That pine, you would not miss it. And this fragrance again is very natural smelling. Right, there's that lovely spiciness from the saffron. The saffron does add a bit, it brings a bit of spice to this fragrance. And I will say this, for those watching, if you've sampled Fragrance Du Bois Sarahwood, yes, I know they are not the same fragrances whatsoever, but the quality of the saffron that's in there is the quality you expect you will find in this fragrance. Yes, around the 20 minutes mark with this one, you get that lovely contrast of the florals coming through, and the florals do come through and kind of tone down that pineness from the fragrance, and the greenness is toned down ever so slightly, not a huge amount, but ever so slightly toned down, and you get the jasmine, and it's lovely. It just adds a nice contrast to the fragrance with what was going on at the top, and it's lovely. The saffron, like I said, it does stay throughout the wear of the fragrance, and as well the birch leaf is still there as well, still slightly there, and as well the white lovely musk at the base and the amber had a bit of warmth to this fragrance. So where it was quite fresh and almost like spicy at the top, when you are getting into the dry down, it kind of softens a little bit, and the saffron is still there, but you get that amber, the lovely, and I imagine these are white musks I'm smelling. Yes, white musk, and it's just lovely. And that patchouli, I will say this, that this is almost like it feels like dry, dirty patchouli, at least from my experience with what I've smelled, like a dry kind of dirty patchouli. But the way it's mixed, it's blended, it's just beautiful. I can see why this fragrance is an award winner, because it does what it says on the box. Young Hearts. I don't know what the story is with Young Hearts, I imagine, and this is what I'm thinking. Maybe it's Young Hearts because the setting for this fragrance is like outdoor, you know, free spirit, just young heart. You're out in the forest, running around in the forest. That's what I get. And wearing this fragrance every time, and last night I did, before this review, I gave it another final wear to bed. I wore it and I woke up, oh my gosh, the saffron was still there. I could detect some musks and the amber, and even the patchouli as well. And you know what, it's lovely, that oak moss, because it's like, it just gives me that feel. This fragrance really does transport me to a forest. This fragrance transports me to a forest where I'm just a free spirit walking. There's just greenery around, and it's just lovely. It is an absolutely lovely composition, and this is why this fragrance is the finalist. Yes, this fragrance is a 2020 finalist. Yes, it's the winner of Art and Olfaction Awards. So well done. And the nose behind this fragrance, if you didn't know, yes, if I haven't said it already, is Miguel Matos. And you know what, if you think that I've sampled Miguel's fragrances, I know how they smell like, and you haven't smelled this one, do smell this one, because it's quite different to most of the fragrances that are in his collection that is created. So, and this is obviously creations for Acampora, and he's created more fragrances for them, and with much luck I will be talking about maybe the other fragrances that he created. We all should know Robin by now. Yes, so this is my take on Young Hearts. And as well, I feel like from this fragrance, I would say this would be mass appealing, and I would wear this fragrance throughout the year. Like, I would wear it because I can see myself in the summer wearing this fragrance. Even now in the winter, I don't mind, especially now that I've been indoors quite a lot. This fragrance is just a nice, lovely, fresh green, you know, and there's a bit of almost like a hoodness as well, something hoodie in the background. I imagine maybe that's coming, I don't know, from maybe how the fragrance is composed, or maybe there's some notes Miguel hasn't disclosed to us. Perfumers do that all the time, and our brands do that. So anyway, it's a lovely composition, worthy winner of the award, and I'm so glad I have it in my collection. So you asked for this review, I delivered. So Young Hearts from Acampora. So if you enjoyed this review, please do give us a huge thumbs up, and as well, if you are watching, you're not subscribed, well, you're here, what's stopping you? Yes, hit that button, subscribe, and as well turn on the notification bell, so that every time I post a video you know about it. So a round of applause. Yes, Young Hearts for Acampora by Miguel Matos. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you soon. Do take care. Bye.